Welcome to my channel, Duggar Family News. Counting on alum Jill Duggar Dillard is known for her years of estrangement from her parents. She and Derek left the show and stepped away from their beliefs. Jill was deemed the rebellious daughter of Jim, Bob, and Michelle, but she later wrote a book featuring shocking stories about the family, especially about his dad and their church. However, Jill caught the attention of many after reuniting with her dad. Keep reading to see what happened. Jill's relationship with Jim Bob has made many people curious over the years. A lot of fans think things got worse between them when Jill released a book exposing the questionable teachings of the Bible. The Counting on Alum also brought up Jim Bob's alleged lies about the family's TV earnings, which could put him in trouble with the IRS. Jill also claimed that her father threatened to cut them off inheritance if they talked negatively about him and their mother online. But despite all the rumored feud, many were surprised when Jill and Jim Bob reunited for a special day. James Duggar recently took to Instagram to share photos from the family's Christmas party at the big house. It's been an annual tradition for the Duggar kids to gather at their parents' house, but this year's get-together was more special. After James shared a glimpse of Jill and Derek talking to Jim Bob, many counting on were curious about what they were talking about, but it's clear that the tensions were slowly fading between them, especially considering that they were all sitting on one couch amid the party. Here are some of the comments James received. Jill Duggar Dillard's reunion with Jim Bob comes after her recent IG stories too, and during which she shared updates about her status with her parents. According to the Counting on Alum, their relationships are still complicated, but she feels that they're in a rebuilding process. She continued, "We try to hang out whenever it works well, and we have the bandwidth to navigate things." Jill Duggar and her husband Derek seem to be mending ties with her father, Jim Bob, after years of feuding. After Jill and Dee were spotted with Jim Bob in the background of her brother James' recent Instagram photo, fans began speculating about the status of her relationship with the Duggar patriarch. In James' pic, Jill and her hubby can be seen chatting it up with Jim Bob in the living room of her father's home for the Duggars' annual Christmas celebration. Derek was sitting next to Jim Bob on the couch. Meanwhile, Jill sat beside her husband, holding a coffee mug. "Jill looks worried," one fan commented. A second added, "It does look a little tense." Meanwhile, a third person shared, "I'm happy Jill is allowed now to spend the holidays with her brothers and sisters." The battle between Jill and Jim Bob has been very apparent over the last few years. In 2019, Derek divulged in the depth of an Instagram comment section that he and Jill weren't allowed at the family home in Arkansas unless they got express permission from Jim Bob. Jill even had to ask JG permission to go over to the house to help her sister when she was in labor because her sister wanted her help. But Jill couldn't provide the assistance until we got it cleared with JB. Derek expressed, referring Jill helping out her sister Jessa. Over the years, Derek and Jill have criticized her parents for various things. This includes alleging that Jim Bob took money from them that they earned on the Duggars reality show 19 Kids and Counting, and the show spin-off Counting on the Duggars are that family we all love to keep up with, regardless of how we feel about them. They always seem to be in the news, whether it's about marriages or scandals. Their most recent scandal involved Jill Duggar and her husband Derek Dillard being rejected through their own church due to deceiving people about their missionary work. Before that, it was Jess Duggar charging people money to do a talk about how to dress because they didn't think charging $50 to talk about pants was very modest. At the same time, she was under fire because her kids weren't wearing shoes at church. However, not everything about the Duggars is riddled with controversy. Jill Duggar gave birth to her second child on July 8th, and it's great news. Continue reading to find out if Jill continued in her parents' footsteps by choosing baby names which all start with the same letters. On Saturday, July 8th, the Duggar Dillards announced the birth of their new baby. Boy, the newest addition to our family, arrived on Saturday, July 8th, 2017. At 1:02 p.m., he weighs 9 ounces and is 22. Long after 40 hours of labor, he was delivered via C-section at the hospital. Thank you for your continued prayers and support. Samuel will join older brother Israel too and the Duggar Dillard. Household children really are a wonderful blessing from God, Jill said. When she announced her pregnancy, having Israel has been such a delight to us that we know a second sweet baby will only continue to add joy to our family. We are thankful to God for this sweet child, and we cannot wait to see her or him face to face. Find out about Jinger, Duggar Vallow's daughter Evangeline's recent health scare and how the family handled the difficult situation. The Duggar family became a household name during their time on TLC's 19 Kids and Counting. Known for their ultra-conservative Christian lifestyle, the family followed the strict beliefs of the Institute in basic life principles led by their father, Jim Bob Duggar. Their unique way of life captivated viewers, turning the Duggars into reality TV sensations. Among the siblings, Jinger Duggar gained recognition not just as part of the famous family, but also as an author. However, recently Jinger faced a scary moment as a mother. Her 4-year-old daughter Evangeline had to be rushed to the hospital due to a sudden health issue. What exactly happened to Jinger Duggar's daughter? Jinger Duggar, known from the famous Duggar family, shares 2 daughters with her husband, Jeremy. Their oldest is 6 and their youngest, 4-year-old Evangeline, recently faced a terrifying health scare that sent the family rushing to the hospital late at night. Jinger said on her Jinger and Jeremy podcast, "It was a little bit of a scare. Those things happen, and you have to just kind of take the curveballs as they come. Thankfully, she was okay." The ordeal began when Jeremy heard Evangeline coughing around 10:30 p.m. The sound was unusual, like a barking cough, and when he checked on her, she was hunched over, struggling to breathe. Jeremy explained, "It's almost like a sea cough. I run into her room where she's sleeping, and she is kind of hunched over, struggling to breathe, and the cough was like difficult to come in and breathe out, so I grab her and run out. And we said, 'Where's the nearest hospital?' Alarmed Jeremy quickly scooped her up, and the couple dashed to the nearest hospital. It was in Mending. Moment for the parents as they watched their daughter struggle to catch her breath at the hospital. Medical staff promptly attended to Evangeline, though her condition was stable and her oxygen levels remained normal. Her breathing difficulty left Jinger and Jeremy deeply concerned. Doctors conducted several tests but couldn't pinpoint the exact cause of her distressing cough. To ensure her comfort and ease her symptoms, they treated her with steroids, which thankfully helped her recover. While the incident ended well, the experience was undoubtedly a frightening one for the Vu's. Being attentive and loving parents, they stayed by their daughter's side throughout, ensuring she felt safe and cared for. This health scare has reminded them of the unpredictable nature of parenting, especially when it comes to their children's health. Despite the challenging night, the Vus are grateful for Evangeline's recovery. The couple is also preparing to welcome a new addition to their family as they're expecting their 3rd child. Jinger Duggar, who grew up in a family of 19 siblings, is no stranger to large families. Now she and her husband Jeremy are preparing to welcome their 3rd child together. Already parents to 6-year-old Evangeline, the couple recently revealed that their newest addition is due in March 2025. Despite the challenges of parenting, Jinger and Jeremy are overjoyed about expanding their family. The pregnancy news was shared in a memorable way on Felicity's birthday. Jinger surprised Jeremy with a positive test result, cleverly wrapped as a gift, although they were expecting this possibility Jeremy was left completely stunned by the reveal. Jeremy said via People when she told me I was literally speechless. She got me good it was on. Felicity's birthday, Jinger says I've got a gift for you. It was in an Amazon bag. So I'm thinking, what did she get from Amazon for me? Then I open it up, and it's the positive result, and I'm actually speechless. Interestingly, the couple decided to hold off on telling their daughters about the new baby right away. And they had a good enough reason to wait. Jinger Duggar Vu and Jeremy Vu had their reasons for keeping their third pregnancy under wraps, especially when it came to their daughters Felicity and Evangeline, the couple who recently announced they're expecting another baby. In March 2025, decided to delay sharing the exciting news with their girls until the timing felt just right. Their hesitation stemmed from Felicity's bubbly personality at 6 years old. Felicity is an extrovert through and through, always eager to share news with anyone she meets. Jinger and Jeremy knew that as soon as she found out, she might enthusiastically spread the word to everyone, including complete strangers, to keep their secret safe until they were ready to share it publicly. They decided to wait a little longer before cluing her in. We were waiting because she's in school, and she would tell every single person that's just how she is. We planned to get family pictures to announce the pregnancy and thought that would be the best time to let our girls know about their new sibling on the way. When the moment finally came, they made it extra special during a family photo shoot. Jinger and Jeremy surprised their daughters with denim jackets embroidered with the words "Big Sis" on the back. As expected, the girls' reactions were adorable and unique when they found out about the pregnancy. Felicity, ever the enthusiastic one, jumped with joy, while Evangeline at 4 seemed more puzzled than excited. However, Jinger is confident that once the baby arrives, Evangeline will embrace her role as a big sister with all from Duggar Family News. Jinger Duggar Vola.